Balls that are frozen to the rail are probably one of the most difficult shots for a lot of beginners, and the theory when playing such shots is to actually hit the rail and the object ball pretty much at the same time. That way you will be able to make those shots. But where this is pretty simple, with more angle it becomes a lot more difficult, and here we're going to use a really clever and simple trick. All we need to do is just add left spin to the cue ball, because we're cutting the 10 ball to the left. And that way you can actually hit the rail a bit earlier, because as you can see with the left spin, the cue ball goes towards the 10 ball. So if you don't hit perfectly here, the cue ball still goes to the left and makes the 10 ball. So let's have a look at this huge cut. All I have to do is still aim to the rail and the object ball at the same time, use left spin. And you can see how easy I can hit this ball and still able to make this shot.
This is the first position we're trying to get into, and I want you to pause the video right now and think about it yourself how you would get into this position zone. Believe it or not, it's actually very simple. All we have to do is a center ball hit, and then we just have to hit the right speed. As you can see, the cue ball will travel long rail, maybe we'll hit the short rail, as you can see here, and end perfectly in that position zone. To get into this position zone, all we have to do is hit center ball again, but we're just adding a tiny bit of left spin, and this will shallow the angle on the first rail, and as you can see, we're going long rail, and then we end perfectly in that position zone with the right speed, of course.
So we're playing 8 ball, we are on this ball and want to get a nice position on the 8 ball right around here. What I'm trying to do is to go around 1, 2, 3 rails, maybe hit the 4th rail and have a nice position on the 8 ball. What is very important when we're playing shots like this, we don't just want to hit this rail here on a random position. No, we actually want to pick a point for our cue ball to hit the last rail, and I'm going to pick that point here. So the cue ball should come, hit the rail where the chalk is, and then we have a nice position on the 8 ball. This is very important to have a clear target on the last rail to visualize. Your cue ball control will definitely improve. Alright, this is low right, and of course the thickness of the hit or of the cut also plays a big role. So let's see how close I'm getting to actually hitting that point on the rail. And this was pretty close, and as you can see we have a nice shot on the 8 ball. So as you can see, it's very important, pick a point on the table and then you will definitely improve.
We are playing 9 ball again, and we have to make the 8 ball this time. You can see it's impossible to hit the right point on the 8 ball to make it directly into the pocket. Here I passed the 9 ball as closely as possible, and still I had no chance to make the 8 ball. But don't worry, we're just going to use right spin on the cue ball to use the effect of swerve and spin-induced throw. Just hit it soft with maximum right spin and the 8 ball will drop. A really simple but very clever shot.
We're playing 8 ball, both of our balls are frozen to the rail, but we have to get position for the 8 ball, which is all the way up table again. Usually you're just able to follow into this pocket or draw into this pocket, but I'm going to show you a really clever shot to actually get position. So just aim the 11 ball, in this case straight and low, then just use some backhand English. This means your arm goes to the outside, and then all you have to do is shoot. And you can see we get the perfect position on the 8 ball. By the way, this also works with follow, so we're going to play high. This time we're moving our arm a bit to the inside. And again, perfect position on the 8 ball. Well, there's a huge difference when we're trying to get from the 1 ball to the 2 ball and we're just having a tiny bit of an angle, while we have more angle on the cue ball. So if we're just having a bit of an angle, we need to work with draw on the cue ball. This means I'm adding no spin and I'm just hitting below center on the cue ball to drift over. You can see nice position on the 2 ball. Now, however, if we have a bit more angle on that 1 ball compared to that flat angle we just had, so something similar to this, then I'm using no low on the cue ball, I'm just working with spin in this case. So see, here I'm just using right spin on this kind of shot. spinning the cue ball in, and the cue ball travels the same line with a nice shot on the 2 ball again. Today we're playing 9 ball and we're almost straight on the 5 ball. The problem is from the 5 ball we have to get position on the green 6 and the 6 ball only passes into this corner pocket, so we need to get position into this area for the 6 ball. Well, how do we get there? Don't worry, I have a really clever shot for you again. What we're trying to do is to actually make the cue ball hop onto the rail. From the rail it rolls down and should roll into a nice area for the 6 ball. All you have to do for that is aim to the left part of the pocket, elevate your cue, hit with a medium speed, but don't hit too hard because you don't want to make the cue ball jump off the table. And I'm adding no spin, by the way. And you can see we have a very nice position on the 6 ball. Today we're playing 8 ball and we're in the following situation. We are on solids, we just have the 2 ball left and we have to get position for the 8 ball, which is all the way down table. The problem with this shot is that if we're going to play the 2 ball into the corner pocket, the cue ball has no other way than to bump into the stripes and we have no way to get position. But don't worry, I have a really clever shot for you. All you have to do is just aim the 2 ball as you would usually do. And then we're just going to elevate a bit, play the shot, and that way we will be able to jump over the stripes and get a nice position on the 8. And you can see we have a perfect position on the 8 ball, so really clever and really easy to execute shot. How often has this happened to you? We're perfectly straight on a 9 ball, but we have to get position for the 10 ball. Well, don't worry, there's a really clever shot we're going to play. First of all, we're going to apply maximum right spin because we want the cue ball to go to the right after we make the 9 ball. And we also have to elevate our cue quite a lot. But keep in mind, with elevating, the cue ball will make a curve to the right. That's why we actually have to aim to the left part of the 9 ball, because the cue ball will curve and then should go down table. So have a look at how I'm executing this shot. You see, elevated with right spin, aiming to the left. And you see how nicely the cue ball goes down perfectly to the 10 ball. Well, a bit more to the left, to the right would have been nice, but this should be makeable if I can reach it. And there you have it, a really clever shot. We're playing 8 ball and we're in the following situation. We have to make the 8 ball, but this side pocket is blocked by the 10 ball. And also the bank shot into this side pocket is blocked by the 9 ball. But don't worry, we're still going to make the 8 ball into this pocket by making the 8 ball jump over the 9 into the pocket. And all you have to do for that is just aim the bank shot as you would usually do, like this. Then elevate your cue and hit hard. And you're making the 8 ball, a very simple shot.
Well, to be honest, it's not that simple. It took me 7 tries to perform this shot, and this, by the way, was my first attempt. Yes, I know, some of those shots are a bit more like a trick shot, but in my opinion it's important to understand how they're working and why they're working in order to understand the cue ball physics a bit better. And imagine you're pulling one of those shots off in a real match. That would be insane. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and we will see you soon on my channel. Take care, guys.